Hello everyone, myself Sunandan. Now we are going to talk about some topics of transmission. That are generation of DSBFC, the ways to generate DSBFC, that are square law diode modulation and switching modulation. Generation of DSBSC, the ways to generate DSBSC are balance modulator and ring modulator. So, generation of DSBSC. In the diagram you can see that first wave is message signal, the second one is carrier signal. As we all know that carrier signal has greater frequency than message signal. What is DSBFC? It is actually nothing but amplitude modulated wave with full carrier. In the third diagram, the third wave, you can see that it is amplitude modulated but with full carrier. You can see the DSBFC envelope right here. In this, Vc equal to EC sin omega Ct, Vm equal to Em sin omega Mt, Vam is equal to EC sin omega Ct plus Em sin omega Mt into sin omega Ct. By rearranging these equations in relationship, we get Vm equal to EC sin 2 pi Fc into T, that is carrier part, and Mec upon 2 cos 2 pi Fc plus Fm into T, that is lower sideband, plus Mec upon 2 cos 2 pi Fc minus Fm into T, that is upper sideband. So, talking about generation of DSBFC, we come up across two ways, that are square law diode modulator, the other one is switching modulator. In square law diode modulator, we give two signals at the input, that are message signal and carrier signal. Let this one be message signal and this one be carrier signal. Here VCC is DC input, DC voltage input, and diode, and a LC circuit is used which acts as a tuning circuit. So these two signals are both in different frequencies. When they pass through diode, at the output of diode we get two different frequencies. When they passes through LC circuit, as we all know that LC circuit acts as a tuning circuit, the tuned circuit sets carrier at a particular frequencies and reject the remaining frequencies. That output of this circuit is simply but AM modulated wave with full carrier. Talking about its characteristic, here is, you can see the diagram. Here it is the curve. It is characteristic. I forgot to mention, but lower part of this curve right here, it is called square law region, and upper part is known as linear region. I forgot to mention it here. And the other way to generate DSBFC is switching modulator. In the diagram you can see we are providing message signal right here and carrier signal right here. In this, we have to provide an active device that can act as a switch. So diode is a better option. It can act as a switch, and here is load resistance connected. I forgot to mention it here, but there is a band pass filter at output of this circuit. By this circuit, as we saw in square law diode modulator, it also generates output waveform that is AM modulated with full carrier, DSBFC. The characteristic of this is, you can see the diagram, slope is 1. It is idealized characteristic curve. Now we come to DSBSC signal. That is, we all know, dual sideband suppressed carrier. What suppressed carrier means? Let's see. Here the A signal is message signal, the B1 is carrier signal, right? Like we all know that carrier signal has greater frequency than message signal. And the third one is DSBSC waveform, that is dual sideband suppressed carrier. If we compare this DSBSC waveform with DSBFC, you can clearly see that this DSBSC waveform is lacking carrier, that is, it is suppressed carrier. So the modulating signal is Mt, carrier signal is Ct, and equation for DSBSC we all know that it is St, that is equal to Mt into Ct. By putting these equations right here, we get Now the bandwidth is maximum frequency minus minimum frequency. So where this maximum and minimum will come? Right from this equation. Here we can see the maximum will be Fc plus Fm and the minimum will be Fc minus Fm, because we all know that frequency of carrier is greater than message frequency. Now Fmax is equal to Fc plus Fm and Fmin is equal to Fc minus Fm. The bandwidth will be Fc plus Fm minus Fc minus Fm, that will be 2 of Fm. Now for the generation of DSB-SC, we came across two ways, that are balanced modulator and other one is ring modulator. So balanced modulator, in this balanced modulator you can see the circuit, there are two AM modulator connected. Let's name this one, this AM modulator be AM modulator 1 and the lower one is AM modulator 2. We give message signal that is empty to AM modulator 1, that is upper AM modulator, and we give message signal to AM modulator 2, that is lower one, but with 180 degree of phase shift, so it will become minus of empty. We give same carrier to both of the AM modulators, that is CT. When the upper one AM modulator, this AM modulator generates output, it generates output that we will say that S1T, and the second one will generate, we will say it that S2T. These both the currents S1 and S2 are both are in opposite direction and are of same amplitude, so magnitude. Then they will cancel out each other and the output will become 0. So here output becomes 0, but we have to show that it suppresses the carrier. The output is 0, it means it is suppressing carrier, whether it is 0 or some other numeral, but it is suppressing carrier. We have just to show that. So by output 0, it shows that it suppressed carrier. The output of the first AM modulator was S1, this equation, and the other one was S2, this equation. And by subtracting both, we get DSB-SC wave, that is this, and the scaling factor will be 2Ka. Now the other one is ring modulator. You can see this messy diagram. Here are two transformers connected in input and output. Both are center tap transformers and 4 diodes. 2 of them are connected straight in straight pattern and other 2 are in close linked. We supply message signal to first transformer's primary binding, and both transformers at the center tab we provide carrier signal. So here are two cases. But we will talk about it later. Now, yeah, the two ways are without message signal, that is empty, and with a message signal, that is empty. Without message signal, the D1 and D3 will become forward wise and D2 and D4 will become reverse wise. We can see that these D1 and D3 are connected straight from cathode to anode, and D2 and D4 are connected cross to anode to cathode. Then if without empty signal, D1 and D3 will become forward wise, means this circuit will be active and this cross linked portion will be deactivated. So the direction of current will be from D1 to center tap and D3 to center tap. These are both of same magnitude but opposite in direction. So this will cancel out each other and result will be 0. That is, carrier is suppressed. We gave CT as a carrier, but at the resultant output we get 0. So it means the carrier is suppressed. At the second case, when message signal is given, that is with empty, the D1 and D3 diode will act as reverse biased and D2 and D4 become forward biased. Now the direction of current will be from center tap transformer, that is second one, center tap to D2 and center tap to D4. These again are of same magnitude and opposite in directions. So this will again cancel out each other and we will get output as 0. That again means that the carrier is suppressed. Here are Fourier series representation of CT, that is carrier signal, and message signal. That was all from my side. Stay home, stay safe. घर पे रहिए ताकि हम जल्दी बाहर निकल सकें. Thank you.